Hey, good evening. Welcome to Sunday Savagery, where we roll dice and play D&D.
Shenanigans so savage they'll have you in stitches.
We don't.
Very well done.
We're not liable for you needing health coverage to get said stitches.
Yes, please.
Or in recommending a doctor, either of those.
I'm a holistic guy. They won't want to hear what I have to say anyway.
Yeah. So Super Bowl Sunday, halftime coming up. Just as we start up this game, Falcons leading 21-0. Last I checked. Just had to throw that in there.
Oh no! I'm like, what? We don't need that.
Yeah. So what's been up this week, guys?
Not a lot. Work on some creation, done a little bit of graphic design.
Well, me and you hosted a Guild Ball stream yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Pretty well. Pretty well. The game was fun. Alchemist won out 12-4, maybe.
The fucking team.
Maybe.
Dude. Yeah, it was. That team helped me.
I kept the Saturday night game hype.
Yeah, so we played. We had a few viewers.
Or Friday
we had
night.
a few people stop in and watch. Picked up a couple new followers actually. So good for that.
Yes. Any regulars watching at the moment?
All right. We hope to continue doing the Guild Ball thing. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Yes, I'm.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah.
I'm actually going to start painting some of my characters. I started with my ball today.
Yeah,
my ball and
we got a bunch of those Hearst bricks over here. And if you want, I'll drop you some off. So what we've been using them for is test patterns or layering.
Oh yeah.
So you just prime them and then test your layers on them to make sure they're what you want before you start on your miniature.
Oh, I see.
Because they got the crevices and everything, so you can kind of test like how stuff like your inks and stuff are going to lay on it.
And the dry brushing and all that kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Got a few skulls too.
I might take you up on that.
I can swing you some tomorrow.
I was gonna come by after work tomorrow, and I need my drill anyway. I got all my guys in. So I need to start pinning. Pinning my guys together and that sort of thing.
I think Memory and Brain Pan dropped this month, so I'm looking at snagging those guys up. Because I'm looking at having a control. I'm looking at having a control team and a damage team.
Gotcha.
And Brain Pan and Memory have, if not the same, something similar to the mind control ability that Obulus has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got just 4 or 5 main guys, and then I got 1 or 2 slots that I might change out depending on what happens.
Right.
But Midas, Calculus, Mercury, those 3 are just ridiculous. They pretty much rule the game out. All right. So last week we started unraveling this mystery of the prophecy that was left by this crazy guy. You guys have definitely found some things infernal, demonic in nature.
We had some downtime, right?
Yeah, Yeah, so after that last
Okay.
encounter, you had a 5 days downtime. So if you had something in mind,
So what I was looking at doing is getting with Thea, and her and Jervis were going to go back to that Dragon Ferry at the Crystal Springs or whatever, the Healing Springs. And in exchange for helping him shore up his defenses, possibly get some of the spring water to use it as a kind of like backup, maybe healing potion or rejuvenation potion. And
sure.
I don't know, a few handfuls of good berries or something.
Need some heals, huh?
Well, I mean, those damn jackals. Not a big
last
fan
one was
of.
pretty good.
Of course, I'm pretty sure that Tyr was with me last week.
Right. So, the holy water, the water from the spring of blessed life. Now, the boon that it gave to you guys last week was it would allow you to receive inspiration. Now, just kind of out of game, mechanically, I can't let you have like a gallon of that to bring with you.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
As long as you take a drink from those waters at that time, then yeah, you get that inspiration. But yeah. We'll say there's some diminishing effects there.
Right on.
Healing wise, yeah, I mean, you could definitely forage for like herbs, good berries, that sort of thing.
Another thing was get like as we're going there and back with her nature and medicine and my medicine and survival, if we could get like natural or holistic, I guess you could say, stuff from the woods to put everybody together like a med kit, like a first aid kit to help stabilize a person once they were dropped.
Let's see. Yeah. So, in finding these good berries, and we'll say that that's kind of what you come across. There are good berries and are able to grab. We'll say that you're able to find. Where's my dice? You find 18 good berries. Pretty good
That
roll
works.
for you.
Hell yeah.
And this. Find enough items to put together 2 medicine kits. 2 medicine kits, like you say, will kind of give you some extra ability on stabilized rolls or what have you.
The one for me, one for Thea.
And yeah. And anybody else wanted to try to do some things during that downtime?
Buy 2 sets of fine clothing.
Can't find too good of clothing outside of I guess outside of Hillsfar, because that's going to be most likely your best place to buy something like that. Would be right outside of Hillsfar. Now, you being 3/4 orc, they are definitely not going to let you inside the city gates, but the clothier out there, well, I'll say 20 silver. It's moderate clothes.
Any with a velour lining?
Not at all. Like, the best you can do is some tight wound cotton.
These peasants need finer clothing out here in the streets for just such
We
an
could wax it.
occasion.
we could wax that cotton for you, make it look all shiny and shit, and waterproof at the same time. Dual purpose.
No. I can't. The reason I have to have such fine clothing, it chafes my skin. The rough cotton. I just can't do it. It's taken me ages to get a complexion quite like this, and he kinda poses so the sun hits him just right. So he looks more stoic and noble.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would like to look around some of the merchants outside of the city walls to see if I can put together a disguise kit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, nobody sells a disguise kit sitting on a shelf somewhere, but given the 5 days of being able to go around to different merchants, whatnot, you're able to find enough to piece together one.
So you're gonna disguise yourself as another hobbit there, Frank?
No, I'm
all the components combined is going to cost you, we'll say, a gold.
Okay.
Stilts and arm extensions. So you can be a real boy.
So I've got the disguise kit. Also, is there a chance that I could find some children's clothing?
And thus it takes a dark turn.
Yeah, I mean, sure, commoner's clothing, you know.
Common children's clothing's fine.
Rough woven, yeah, but sure.
He didn't kill a child to get these, did he?
No, it's just from merchants, yeah. As part of your disguise kit, I guess, if that's what you're going to go for, is try to, you know, human child.
Yeah.
You know, just part of your disguise kit.
Cool.
If you go by the the pictures they have of halflings in the player's handbook, you're totally gonna look like some poor little kid with Down syndrome. I'm just saying, yo.
Hey,
Wow.
there's an
I'm sure Frank can play the part.
there's an
I'm sure he has the capacity.
Wow. Okay.
we shall see.
Jerica, I guess you were helping with the healing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gained inspiration. Is that what you said?
Yeah, everybody should have inspiration at this point. So at the end of your finding the spring of blessed life, you guys all took a drink, and that gave you guys inspiration.
You also mentioned earlier a renowned point for the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah, so you're basically just you've got one experience point. So just like your character, you level up, but you'll level up as you do task for each individual faction. And then certain jobs that you guys will be on will have, you know, different factions that are backing them. Right now, you really don't get anything. You just kind of are of that faction in name.
You're basically an initiate.
Right. But as you guys kind of do some things, gain in renown, yeah, you'll level up. All right.
Dio, can you hear me?
So you have 2 items left in this prophecy. One speaks of Rothes and undead. Now the locals have all kind of given you this Rothe farm that's apparently near an old gravesite that they think it's talking about. Now, a Rothe is a big animal. Think like a buffalo or a cow. But they are commonly used in this land to do work, pull, like kind of like oxen.
Okay.
Pull, you know, different types of farm equipment, what have you. And then the 5th line of the prophecy, the locals have told you, have something to do with a temple, but you're not quite sure what or where that temple is. There are about 3 different sites that you could possibly go to.
Hmm. So
Let's
And so yeah, I guess we find your characters kind of getting
Oh.
together on the 5th day of you guys having your downtime outside of maybe Hillsfar.
So, can I question the locals and see if they know anything about any of these temples that might have black marble floors or crypts?
Yeah, sure. You ask around, and so most of the locals, so you get a few different answers, but most of the locals point you more toward the Temple of Joaquin.
Alright.
Temple of Joaquin is seeing my pings on the map, kind of out west of Hillsfar,
Right on.
do we have to go through Hillsfar to get there?
and the Ross farm is kind of outside of Hillsfar, but kind of close to town.
Right on. So we can go check it out first.
yeah, we might as well.
Maybe we can kill something to have a barbecue later.
Halflings love to eat.
And drink and party. And gamble.
My mother's side, we used to have great luau's.
Long bottom leaf.
Luau's, really?
Yes.
I'm sure they use plenty of torches, but just because you set something on fire or someone doesn't make it a luau. FYI.
Well, my mother's clan was a little more sophisticated.
Burning
Just-
down villages does not consist of a tiki hut.
Well, they weren't the barbecue, of course. This was afterwards.
They were. What'd you say? They were at the barbecue.
They weren't the barbecue.
They were not the barbecue. But do you take my mother for a savage? Look what she spawned.
I love that laugh.
we see.
That's
Just
the most pompous noise I've ever heard a person make.
and so we see you guys just giving him shit the entire way, as always. Kind of, I guess Jericho's just kind of leading in the back quietly while you two flank.
So if
flank
your mother was as what's the word I want to use?
My mother was
Royal?
a benevolent creature. Well, yes, she was royal after the
So does your title come from your dad or your mom's side?
my father's side. Thea can tell you about our royal family.
No, I'm not
So-
involved with the royal family. Why you keep trying to suck me into this?
Oh yes.
So it almost seems like
A pure lowborn she is.
Greg has some delusions of grandeur.
They're not delusions. Now
Got hit
flash
too-
my
a
ring.
little-
You got,
little too hard
you got some
in the head.
paperwork to back that thing up. You
Actually-
flash it around an awful lot.
I do have paperwork. I start fumbling in my pouch, and I
Do
pull it
orcs
out.
even have a written language?
Right there, in Elvish language. Scroll of pedigree.
What kind of spell does that cast? Pompous?
You
At the bottom in small letters, you see novelty, not for resale.
Well, then that just no.
His mom's where his mom's supposed to sign, it's just got a few fingerprints.
A big X. All right. So
Big hawker at the end.
from the encampment at Hillsfar, given the 3/4 orc shit.
Half.
An
You can't be
hour-
half if your dad was a half elf.
My dad was a full elf, sir.
An hour or two later, you guys arrive at this Rothe
I understand
farm.
your dad was a full elf.
My mother was half
As you
orc.
arrive, apparently the shit giving has still continued. Just like pick right back up on the conversation after a mile and a half, all right. So the madman's words spoke of wrath and the possibility of undead. The unmistakable stench of death assaults your senses as you approach the Alano Roth farm, where the madman's prophetic words have led you. In the pastures beyond the barns and farmhouse, large furry lumps lie rotting. Dozens of Roth, old and young, litter the fields. A few are missing heads and legs. A thorough inspection of the farm and surrounding area show no sign of the residents, living or dead. Approximately 20 people must live and work on the farm. There are signs of struggle, but no blood in the living areas or the barns. Just as you are about to give up your investigation regarding what happened here because of lack of evidence, you notice a few fresh scuff marks that end in the middle of the floor, one of the larger barns.
Okay. If I take my hammer, like mace, and like tap it on the floor, does it sound like it's hollow? Like there's a cellar beneath us?
Yep. Indeed. Definitely hollow.
There's no obvious like cellar door.
There was let's say a rug, like just a loose rug laying over the top of it. You throw it back and yeah, there's a little hinge trap door.
Right on.
Everything else on the farm, you saw no bodies of no people anywhere. But you definitely saw a whole bunch of these dead Roth, so kind of oxen-like creature.
Do I notice anything off? Oh no, that's a different person.
I mean, yeah, you can give me some kind of investigation roll or something, or want to just continue your check. But I mean, kind of where the story throws you out at, I guess, is.
Well, I have a danger sense.
You
Oh,
haven't
never
sent
mind.
anything
Yeah, that's
directly
Oh, so you can go downstairs first.
you.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That's right. It sounds like he's
Volunteer?
volunteering.
Volunteer, dude.
I mean, I was going to sneak down there and take a peek around the corner, but by all means, sir, royalty
Well, I'd be like-
first.
Hold on a second.
It's
Can I see
not
that ring again?
royalty, it's nobility. No, sir.
Can I see that?
Jervis, you know of my family. I don't know why you keep questioning it. We grew up together.
I just want to look. I just want to look at the ring, man.
We've all been in this town.
And
we
I
all know
hold
you're
my
full of
hand out
shit.
to him and just hurry.
I'm like, I touch it and cast light on it. Be like, you're good to go.
I can see in the dark, Jervis, but okay.
Yeah, but we can't.
Well, I go out fist first.
Green Lantern style.
Yes. I guess I'm gonna have to pull out my hand axe since I can't hold my No, I'll go out with my great axe. Firm like that, and we'll go see what's down here.
So pulling open the door, the shaft descends several hundred feet. Must be long way down. There's a wooden ladder that looks like it takes you from the top all the way to the bottom. As best you can tell, it looks to be in good repair. Yeah. So as
The mighty noble Grodak leads.
as Grodak, as you guys see him kind of start climbing down into the fold or into the hole, you hear a voice, elven woman voice, call out, excuse me," and yeah, you have this like elven lady kind of show up. She looks well dressed, scholarly garb, elven, so kind of timeless. You can't really tell what age she is. Yeah, she's
I bow to
Good.
her. Good day, madam. What are you doing in such a odd place as this?
well. I'd come to check on the farms here. We had heard there was some sort of problem. I'm with the Lord's Alliance. Perhaps you've heard of us.
Yes, they are very spoke up very fondly within my family.
And she kind of, like fumbles through her robes a little bit, and finally pulls out this medallion that looks kind of like a crest. I don't like a crest. And she said, "Well, I've been hiding on the edge of the woods, just waiting to see if someone might come along. I'd investigated as much as I could. Oh," and she looks down into the door, and what? I didn't see this earlier. I've been through this area, but you found some trap door.
Oh yes, our cleric friend.
Oh.
Well, I'm not much of a fighter, but if you would go down and investigate, I could be willing to pay 100 gold pieces.
My lady, it would be my honor, and I do a nice flourish and a bow. That kind of overstays. Like, wait a little bit too long.
And,
He's
and I nearly push him over trying to get down there first.
She kind of nods. She kind of nods at the orc, but she was mostly talking to Jervis.
Not a problem. He's totally got this one.
All right. So yeah, I'll wait up here and make sure nothing comes down after you. I'll shout out if I see anything.
It's always good to have somebody at our back. You guys ready to go down here and find out what's slaughtered this farm?
Rodak, hurry before I push you out the way and go myself.
There's 100 gold pieces at stake. Hurry.
That's a whole lot of good, bad times.
Yes, yes.
All right.
They could be a cape, a new cape. A new fancy cape.
Well, my cape's fine. It's these clothes. I mean, it tends to happen when I get a little upset.
Okay.
This lady probably knows where to get new clothes. She looks like she's pretty well dressed.
I know, right?
Did you see those shoes?
All right, so we'll move you into the dungeon. So Grodak had light cast, I think, on him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So our human friend can see.
Him and the halfling.
Yeah.
Oh, the halfling doesn't have dark vision?
No.
I do.
So it gives you 20 and 20 of Dim and.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm also obscuring myself in Brandon's shadow. Like I'm not even here.
I will protect you, little man.
No, don't talk to
worry.
me. I'm hiding. I'm not even here.
There we
I'm
go.
a ghost.
You don't see me.
So
I mean, you
Grodak
don't-
makes his way down.
You're breathing on my leg, though.
It's kind of creepy.
And, the rest of you kind of make your way down. Now, as you make your way down, you notice at the very bottom of the steps or the ladder, the ground is a little sticky. You pick your foot up and kind of look, and you notice that there was some blood, relatively fresh, but somewhat starting to dry at the bottom of the shaft.
Yep, that's blood.
And you see just a couple of trickle drops that kind of go down the hallway.
So it's just like it's not like a full-on blood trail. It's just like spatter, like little bits of droplets.
Down at the bottom, there's a good bit of splatter, but then moving forward, just some droplets.
All right, Grodek. Lead the way, good sir. May the justice in Tyr's eyes look upon you this day.
Yes.
Go forth, noble one.
I adjust my ascot and march forward. Nobly.
I turn to our friends and say, "This dude, all you gotta do is tout his ego a little bit, and he'll do anything."
Looking good, Grodek, like a true nobleman.
That's right.
The nobility that shines from you shall strike terror in your foes, so saith Tyr.
And I believe Tyr.
In fact, to sneak in behind him like a Looney Tunes character in his shadow.
Head poking out every once in a while.
Yeah.
All right, Grodek. I guess you're leading the group out.
Yep. Do I go south around the corner? Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way you can go. This is the only way the shaft goes. Above you is kind of the shaft that led back up to the barn door.
I peek. I guess I peek around the corner.
All right. So as you do, the room ahead of you is decorated a very strange motif. The bas-relief carvings and other stonework is delicately and finely crafted, seeming elven in nature. However, the scenes depicted are quite terrible and shocking. Demonic is the best word to describe it. 6 massive statues dominate the center of the room. The 3 northmost statues depict elves, while the 3 southernmost are carved to represent demons. The 2 sets of statues face each other, and each pair share certain features. The first pair wield wicked swords. The second pair highlights spiders and snakes, while the last pair wield scourges and arcane wands. Etched on the floor in Elven is a phrase that was apparently also translated recently into common in chalk. To pass, you must speak the titles of each of the 3, divided by 3. Then, etched into the floor is a long string of letters, which I'm about to show to you guys.
What's this right here?
Ooh.
Yep.
It says Chilla Hordes love no ma.
Live Genormi.
Is that Icelandic?
Yep.
No, it's Elvish.
That's not tokens Elvish. I mean, just saying.
It says Lady Agony.
Are we looking for Lady Agony?
I don't know. That's what it says.
Oh, I think we have sound again.
So, as you say that, you notice like some like contrails of ancient magics kind of start swirling around some of the statues. Only 2 of them, though. The last 2, actually.
Last 2, so that would be these back here.
Yep.
The Slayer.
Hey, there's some stuff you might be familiar with. Blue swirly things going on in here, Thea.
So as you say, the Slayer, you notice like some other, like a red contrail of magic come up around the first 2.
I look back, I'm like, damn it, Jervis, say a prayer or something. I'm just gonna watch the magic stuff come out.
Lord Venom.
Yeah, and at that you see a third set of contrails of magic kind of come up from the ground. They all kind of swirl around, come to this like ball, and then just kind of dissipate.
By Tyr, there's dark magic at work here. I'll see you guys later.
I step back behind Grodek.
I gotta go find a paladin to come cleanse this stuff.
I'm sure I need a larger holy symbol. I'll be back when I find one.
Tears with us,
about,
brother. Tears with us.
5 gallons of holy water wouldn't hurt. I'm just saying.
I look back and say, "Hey Thea, do you know anything about any of this shit?"
And so, as
Yeah.
that magic like dissipates, you notice the statues kind of animate for just a moment, and when they do, they bow deeply, and then turn back into stone.
They noticed my ring.
Sure, that's what it was. It wasn't the big
Totally,
brain
man.
on Brad.
I think they want you to go up there and shake their hand.
Oh, Brad. Well done. Yeah. So these statues have surrendered to you, best you could tell.
And I tap Grodak on the leg and say, "Move forth, noble monkey." There's a banana at the end.
I can't believe you would use such a word. Most people in Hillsfar talk like that. I thought better of you. Jervis, what kind
You
of
always
business
look.
are you into these days?
Oh, what's in your tizzy, man? I'm just talking about a monkey chasing a banana, bro.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
kind of stalk up forward a little more.
Yeah, I got my my sword and my shield ready, and I've got his like I want to stay off to his side rather.
I'm still like right behind him with my dagger unsheathed.
You need to move your character. I'm gonna move up behind him as well.
So this sword laying on the ground, is it stone or is it metal?
It's not laying on the ground.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Still
Yeah, I had
holding
to put your off.
Does it look
Are
like
they
it may be
are they
loose?
pointed in a nifty arch?
Yeah.
Like in the
Right. So right now they're crossed, like back behind their back, seeing as how the statues are kind of bowed down to you guys. But yeah, they're stone.
Okay.
Best you can tell, they're stone.
Are they nude? Like-
Yeah.
Jervis blushes like, oh, they're titty.
So the northern ones all have like very beautiful, faces of like elven maidens, but the southern ones all have like these twisted demonic looking faces.
Frank starts kind of softly singing to himself, "The never-ending story."
Yeah, pretty much
I
right out.
believe I've heard that tavern song.
All right. So you guys step out in front of the statues, and nothing really happens. They just kind of stayed bowed to you.
What's in their hands? Is that a heart?
So the first ones have swords, and the second ones have basically idols that are carved with spiders, bugs, and the third ones have like scourges that look like scourges,
Wait, that's correct.
arcane
Okay.
with arcane symbols and whatnot bestowed on them.
And
Gotcha.
I walk around, I guess, admiring each one of the carved statues that bowed to my nobility.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So
It was a good idea casting light on this ring, Jervis. I think they were able to see it very well.
It only enhances the lordliness of your physique, dude. I'm telling you.
I know, my friend. I know.
So you guys look
What's down this
around,
hallway?
and, yeah, there's only that hallway leading back out to the east. No other entrance or exits out of this room.
Well, I will keep shining my Green Lantern ring and shine it around this corner.
What's this in the corner?
Just a pile of rubble. So some bricks that have fell down from some of the wall, some of the ceiling.
I poked it with my sword just to be sure.
Yeah, nothing. Just some stones.
And I will
Stones
go
carved
ahead
down.
and come up into this clearing.
Okay. So, This room continues the motif of elf and demon commingling. 9 gaping demonic maws adorn the walls of the room, each with a number on them, 1 through 9. The maws are holes in the walls large enough to climb through, but the gaps are filled with a magical darkness that obscures what is on the other side. The floor and the rest of the walls form a mosaic that obviously represents the abyss, the home of the demons. The infinite layers of the horrific place are represented with breathtaking and terrible beauty.
Ooh.
Jervis looks around and like clutches his holy symbol tighter, pulls out his Bible Otir, and like
Well,
starts flipping through the chapters and starts like reciting, just like reading the book to himself.
the halfling is tired of the fodder and stands in the middle of the room and says, "What the hell is going on in here?"
Nothing immediately happens.
I come over to this lump and I poke it with my dagger.
She's
Yeah,
long.
so
She's long.
it's another place where the ceiling had partially collapsed, or where the mosaic on the roof had fell in. Dirt kind of mixed in with some brick. Nothing really.
Is it so? Is there like maybe I could pick up like a piece of it, 2 or 3 feet plus piece of something that fell in.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, there's bricks, small pieces of brick and pieces of mortar that fell from the ceiling.
I pick up a small piece of brick and I throw it at this hole.
And you throw it, and so the outside edges are kind of red. And as you look into it, you can just see this like red darkness that goes into this deep red. As you throw it, you just see the brick kind of part through it. It almost splashes, like you see a little droplet come up from the redness, almost like a vial of blood, but horizontally on the wall. It kind of makes a dunk sound, and it disappears.
So is there anything that I see that I can read, or maybe there's an image of something that from my elfish side I know something about it?
So the carvings above the malls are all carved in Elven, and you can recognize them as the numbers 1 through 9. Written out to the side of them are the numbers 1 through 9 in chalk in common. So I mean, aside from that, no. Everything else seems to be kind of part of the mosaic or part of the decoration of the room.
Could I possibly make a religion roll to see what demons might be depicted here?
Yeah, sure. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. They are lesser beings. They all seem to be kind of like demighouls or things that are part of the torture or pain process of hell. So happy with a whole bunch of demons and whatnot. Nothing. Yeah, I was about to say nothing specific that you would notice. You wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, that's so and so demon." They're all just kind of generic depictions.
But they're depictions of like torture or sacrifice or stuff like that, right?
Correct. That's correct. Yeah. Yep.
Friends,
Mainly torture. Yeah.
with the slaughter that occurred above ground and the missing villagers here, adding these horrid depictions on top of that situation seems like we may be in a very foreboding situation. I do not trust these evil holes in the wall. But we must find these villagers and bring them to safety.
Well, apparently they're numbered for some reason. Are they big enough to pass through, or are they just like small?
They are a few feet wide, so maybe 3.5 feet wide, and they seem to hang on the wall.
I attempt I persuade Grodak to stick his arm in one of them.
I guess we're gonna have to roll off on that one.
Your whole arm, not just like a finger.
No, I only stick his arm up in there and see what's in there.
Well, that's could be y'all's Was
I
that
don't know if I can
charisma?
heal you from that.
Huh?
I can't. I mean, if he's gonna be trying to persuade me, I mean, do we have to roll
Yeah.
off or something?
Regardless of the persuasion, he can't force you to do something that you don't want to do short of magic.
No, I'm not sticking my hand in that. You stick
All
your
right.
hand in there. I mean, why are you trying to harm me?
Okay, and then I jump through the hole.
Oh, which one?
Which one?
Are you
The one that
serious?
Grodak's next to that I was trying to get him to stick his arm in.
Is that number
Oh.
one?
That is the one that has the number 1 over the top of it. Yep, because they all kind of go clockwise around the room.
Tell me he
Yeah,
comes out of
so-
another one.
Yes.
So you see kind of the same thing with the brick, but maybe a little bit bigger of a splash, and so jumps, kind of hops through the wall, and this time it splashes kind of like a puddle, but all horizontally against the wall. And you see kind of blood droplets splash against the side of the wall. Same kind of bloop sound.
I like I turn around and like
There's a few tense seconds, and in a moment you see him come flying back out of it backwards, and just kind of scatter across the ground. He's got a couple little blood drops still kind of on his clothing, not drenched in it, but just little tiny pieces here and there. And you take 3 points necrotic damage.
oh shit.
You are a crazy halfling there, sir. What was it like?
Did we learn anything?
Yeah, what did I learn from my 3 necrotic damage?
So it just seemed like you swirled around inside of like a big vat of blood for a moment.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, you were being shot back out.
Okay, so I look at my companions and I say, "That wasn't smart. Don't do it."
Yeah, I know you tried to get me to stick my hand in there. I didn't think you were that rash.
Yeah, but I just wanted to prove that you were really just a pansy and not noble.
We go over
Ooh.
this. My family knows me. My friends know me. Jervis has known me all my life.
I punch him in his calf and say, "Man, don't you know I'm just kidding you?"
Yes.
What about the riddle concerning 3s? You might think that might have something to do with the
Okay.
portals here.
Yeah,
Well-
now you're talking.
Oh yeah, that would actually make sense considering that I'm rotting. How about some Lord Venom up in this piece? Let's see if we can kill the Snake Man. He's got to be here somewhere.
Cobra Commander's here? What?
Cobra Commander is here.
What were the 3 things that you had to say, or did you just make stuff up?
No, I did not. It was Lord Venom,
Lord Venom,
Lady
Agony,
Agony, and
The Savage?
Slayer.
The
the
Slayer.
Slayer.
yeah.
Slayer.
That's why it's raining blood now.
Yeah, it's raining blood.
Nice.
Bravo.
So I'm thinking it's probably going to be this one, or this one. Because you said they go clockwise, right?
Yeah, the numbers appear to go clockwise around the room, and that is correct. Those are the ones that are labeled 3, 6, and 9.
So
3, you say?
I hate this is what I'm thinking. I think each one of these might actually correspond to one of the people
Yeah.
that was previously mentioned.
I believe you're correct. Considering one was definitely a no-go. So I'm
So,
assuming 2 will be the same.
You guys want to draw straws to see who goes to the next one, or
Why doesn't Thea just shoot a firebolt into one?
because if the magic destroys the magic, we won't ever find out what happened to these poor villagers.
Oh yeah.
Can we try and summon them?
These peasants.
Hey! Who do you
I
think
mean,
picks
they deserve their
the wheat
place. They deserve
that
their
makes your
place.
bread and cleans your outhouse, pal?
They do a mighty
Peasants.
job on that, I must say.
I mean, what's next? You're gonna want us to build a wall around these people or something? Next thing you'll be wanting to get to the main house
No.
in Hillsfar.
Focus, cousin. We have to help them.
Scoot aside and I'll go in.
I
All right, let the halfling
I'll
jump
stick
through.
I'll stick my head in after you light.
Halflings aren't scared of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so you stick your head in, and I mean, how long do you leave it?
Enough to kind of look around.
Yeah, I mean,
Just give them the tip,
open
man.
your
Just
eyes
give them the tip.
Are you
open
like
your eyes and
are you
you
like
really
holding
just
the
see
wall?
blood red, and it just darkens as far as you can see, right? And you kind of hear a low thump 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 in the background.
Oh god.
I go, what is that? While I'm in there.
And then I push him a little further.
I come back out and I was like, I was hearing something. Hold on.
Yeah, I was
Stick my
trying
head
to.
back
I
in.
was hoping you get a better listen.
What if we tie like a rope or something to you and you walk in, and if you like any trouble happens, just give us a tug.
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
that movie. John
I-
Bug will carry him.
I
out.
guess I'll pull my head out and say I heard a heart beating. Anything else happen to me? Do I get hurt or anything?
Oh yeah, I got it. The things that the statues are holding. They have a heart and a what was the other
A
thing?
sword, an idol, and a spider.
An idol
No.
with spiders.
Yeah.
And
Oh, an idol with
a
spiders.
wand with arcane markings.
Right. But there's 6 of them, right?
There's a good and an evil of each.
Right.
Just
I
like-
say we take the 3 good ones. Try entering with those. Like I'll take.
These statues are massive. Keep
Oh.
they're like 12 foot tall.
So we can't take the things out of their hands.
They look marble.
Will I be able to throw Frank up there? Oh, they're marble. Never mind.
Yeah.
I say we let the halfling run in with a piece of rope tied around him. If he gets in trouble, he yanks on the rope and we pull him back out.
All right,
Yes.
let's do that.
Okay.
We don't
Right.
just tie it around his waist. We like tie him up like harness style, so it's like over his arm and around his waist, and it meets in his like the middle of his back. So when we yank him, like we don't snap him in half.
Like a little puppy.
Snap his neck, yeah.
Yeah.
And I stealthily, after climbing through the hole, stealthily walk into the darkness.
So yeah, you don't so much walk as fall. Like as soon as you kind of get up into the hole, gravity kind of changes, and then you go from standing upright to falling sideways into a hole. Right, same kind of thing though. You are engulfed in this redness. You hear this low heartbeat in the back, and you just kind of swirl around. And after a moment, you spit back out. Now, to the guys on the other side of the rope, you basically just see the rope go tight for a couple of moments, and then him come back out with the rope. You'll take another 3 necrotic damage.
And I say, yep, that one's fucked too, guys.
And so, as you're in here, you feel like just your energy your life force being sapped from you. You actually kind of look at. Do you have a beard in the game? It's just in real life. Do you have any facial hair?
Who, me or Josh?
Josh.
We lost you, Josh, on the camera.
Yeah, Josh, need to reload. Dun dun dun.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
There he goes. Wait, there he is. Oh, there he goes. Wait.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you trolling us?
What
No.
did you say? Our life force, and then what?
Yeah, that his life force is basically being drained from him. I was gonna ask him, does he have any like beard hair or?
Yeah.
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 So if you take some stock of that, you notice like a couple of new gray hairs, actually.
Ooh. So what do we do here, guys?
I am at a loss.
Well,
I say
these
I'm
peasants-
brave, not stupid. I'm not doing it again.
I'll try number 6. I'll be like, dear, as a faithful follower of yours, for as long as I can remember, keep watch over me, and I shall repay your greatness 1,000-fold.
It was when you were 7, Jervis. You knew that.
Hey. At least I know who. Never mind. So I take a peek into number 6.
You put your head in.
Yeah, I'm going to start with my head.
Yeah, so you put your head in, and you know, redness. You hear the same kind of heart beating sound that the rest of them heard.
I'm going to try stepping into it.
So yeah, same kind of thing. You kind of get your foot up on the edge of the platform or the hole, and as you push through, you kind of feel yourself falling forward into the wall. The rest of you guys kind of see a splash of blood again on the sides of the wall, and same kind of thing. You swirl around for a couple of seconds, and you get spit back out, fall backwards on your back onto the floor of the cave.
So it's probably 2, 5, and 8 then.
3 necrotic damage, sir.
Yeah, what the hell? You think so?
I don't know.
If I went back and checked out the statues, is there a way to discern what the arcane markings were on that one statue?
Give me an Arcana.
Arcana. Let's see.
That ain't bad.
So, you being a fighter, you know, more versed with a sword than with a magic wand, don't know a whole lot about these markings, but you have spent enough time in courts and around scribes to know that these old elven ruins have something to do with summoning. Summoning something dark and nefarious.
I think you're right. Maybe you should speak these people's names. Let's find out
let's
what
try
happened
and
with these
summon 'em.
people.
Before we do, I say we get to the middle of the room, kind of back to back.
And anybody got some of that healing stuff? I'm kind of rotting away over here. Somebody could stop my arm from falling off. It would be great.
How bad are you off?
Well, I'm
6?
still at 9. No, I'm at 9. No, I'm good for another round.
Yeah, you may not be.
Yeah, I mean, I
Can we
think
take a short rest?
Are we just gonna sit down in the middle of the room and stare at each other like,
have a
what the hell
powwow.
is going on here?
I mean, we have for about 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys can all just you break out your rations, you know, take a squat in the middle of the room, start trying to take a look at these things, and yeah. So if you wait about an hour's time,
I give them 3, or I give them 6 of the good berries. Each one's supposed to heal 1 hit point.
right? Yep. So each one will heal 1 hit point.
He can also roll one of his hit die. Short rest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
While you're
that's-
in a short rest,
Let's
you
go ahead
can
and do that.
go ahead and roll one of your hit die. Okay. So as you guys are sitting around the room, hanging out, is it your hit die plus your con, or is it just straight your hit die?
Oh, Yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
Hold on.
I do not know on that one.
I think it might be plus your con bonus.
Let me actually hit my hit die.
Yeah, actually roll the button on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
What about? You think we should go up and get that scholarly lady? Maybe she knows a little bit more about this than we do.
Possibly. So as you guys are sitting around taking this risk, so you did roll the dice, or say you did take this risk and just kind of hung out in the room. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh boy, Derica is in her own world. She was meditating and could not give no fucks.
Bitch. I rolled a fucking
All of you.
2. A
Jesus.
2. God, this is
Wow.
horrible. So I licked the wall. I mean, like,
The snozberries.
I picked my
It's like
nose.
snozberries.
I pick my nose and like ruffle through my pockets.
The oxygen is thin down here. We're all getting a little dumb.
I just kind of like perk
I
up.
was
like,
already dumb. I don't know what y'all's excuse is.
Yeah, I can't.
So all of you guys are taking in the artwork, I guess. You know? Wow, this is really well done. Look, I wonder if the artist left his name.
there are hardly any. You can hardly see any paint strokes whatsoever in these.
I'm a little dumbfounded by the bloody circles on the wall.
I start counting ceiling tiles.
So we're gonna talk to the lady, or we're gonna say these names.
I don't
Alright.
think
So we try the
anybody
name
has any
first.
clue.
So we the camera kind of darkens out on you guys having this powwow, trying to decide your next move, and I think we go to our first break.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Be sure to come back the next hour
We'll be back soon.
and follow us,
Yep.
please.